Today you are here because heaven itself desires to shield your life from everything that has tried to reach and wound you. There are dangers you can see and face with courage, but there are many others you do not even notice. Hidden traps, rushed decisions, and sudden situations that appear out of nowhere. There are people used by darkness, thoughts that are not your own, accidents that almost happened, but were stopped by unseen hands. This prayer has found you because the three great archangels of God, Saint Michael the Archangel, Saint Gabriel the Archangel, and Saint Raphael the Archangel, know how much you need real, complete, and effective protection today. You are part of this prayer channel, where every day we gather with trust, asking for the powerful intercession of the archangels and of all the saints. Saint Michael the Archangel, defender against every evil, come before our steps today. Go ahead of us, opening the way where danger hides. Close the doors that lead to harm. Turn us away from everything that does not come from God. Saint Gabriel the Archangel, messenger of divine truth and holy will, protect us from false promises, from conversations that confuse us, from invitations that seem good but conceal deception. Saint Raphael the Archangel, faithful guide and safe companion, come and lead us gently through this day. Protect our bodies, our minds, and our souls from every evil disguised as good. Lord our God, we consecrate this entire day to your power. When we leave our homes, when we speak, listen, act, or cross the streets, may everything remain under the protection of heaven. We know the enemy prowls like a lion, seeking someone to devour. We know there are invisible attacks, prepared to distract, to wound, and to destroy. That is why, with all our faith, we ask, may Saint Michael the Archangel stand before our journey today, going ahead of us, guiding and guarding us from dawn to night. Saint Michael the Archangel, warrior of heaven and defender of the faithful, we call upon your holy power once more. Go before our steps today, before every decision and every movement. Go before our words and our encounters, before every road we travel and every place we enter. Undo every snare that was placed to trap us. Break every invisible chain prepared against our peace. Rebuke with your sword of light the spirits that attempt to act and disturb this day. Cancel now, by divine authority, every bond of death, every provoked accident, every word of destruction, every hidden plan of betrayal or deceit. If there are people approaching with second intentions, let their schemes be exposed and dissolved. If there is fear rising within us, replace it with courage and serenity. If danger was set along our way, let your shield go before us and destroy it. If our names were spoken with envy or lies, let those words lose all power and fall to the ground. May your holy presence drive away jealousy, slander, heavy looks, and wicked thoughts. Let theft, violence, and conflict find no place near those who are under your command. May no weapon formed against us prosper, and may no curse or malicious influence find room to act within our homes or our lives. Saint Michael, guard the doors of our dwelling, the paths of our work, and every journey we take today. Surround our families, our friends, and everyone entrusted to our care. Keep watch over those who are far away, those who travel, and those who face danger on the road. Let peace accompany us wherever we go. Let confusion and deceit vanish at your name. Let harmony and order rise in every place where your light shines and your wings extend. O faithful protector of God's people, keep our hearts steadfast, our minds clear, and our spirits strong in trust. May this day be guarded, from dawn to nightfall, under your victorious command, in the power of God who sent you, Saint Gabriel, the Archangel, herald of truth and messenger of divine will. We call upon your radiant presence to surround our minds, our lips, and our hearts on this day. Protect our thoughts from confusion, our words from error, and our decisions from deception. Do not allow us to be drawn by sweet words that hide poison, nor by appearances that disguise false intentions. Let no voice of the world, no suggestion of the enemy, enter our hearts to disturb the peace that comes from God. Guard us, Saint Gabriel, from premature judgments and hasty conclusions. Give us wisdom before we speak, discernment before we decide, and patience before we act. Let us not follow what shines without light, nor chase what promises much but bears no fruit. Teach us to look beyond what is visible, and to hear the whispers of heaven before giving our consent. If there are words spoken to confuse us, let them fall silent. If there are conversations meant to divide or manipulate, let your truth expose their intention. If someone approaches us with kindness that hides deceit, let their plan dissolve before it takes form. If our own heart hesitates between yes and no, remind us, let our yes be yes to God, and our no be no to evil. Grant us, Saint Gabriel, clarity to discern what is right, wisdom to choose with prudence, and courage to reject what does not edify. When fear clouds our understanding, bring calm. When indecision paralyzes us, bring movement. When we are tempted to rush ahead, teach us to wait until divine direction is clear. If there are paths that seem good but are traps, close them with your light. If there are opportunities that shine yet lead away from heaven, make them fade from our sight. If there are doubts whispering that faith is not enough, answer them with the truth that nothing is impossible for God. Let peace reign in our reasoning, humility in our choices, and truth in every word that leaves our mouth. May this day be marked by wise discernment, firm in purpose, gentle in spirit, and guided at every step by the message of heaven that you carry. Saint Raphael, the Archangel, faithful companion and healer of heaven, today we entrust our path to your guidance. Walk with us through every hour, and let your light open the way where shadows dwell. Lead us gently through the duties of this day. Protect our bodies from hidden dangers, our minds from anxiety, and our souls from every evil that disguises itself as good. If there is any situation prepared to cause harm, may it be dissolved before we arrive. If there are words spoken to wound or confuse us, let them lose their power and fade into silence. If there are places we must enter that hold heavy energy, purify them with the light of heaven before our steps cross the door. Protect us, Saint Raphael, from contamination of body and of spirit. Keep us far from what weakens or poisons, from foods or substances that bring harm, from the invisible threats that move through the air. Guard our senses, that our eyes do not see what should remain unseen, that our ears do not absorb what corrupts the soul, that our lips do not repeat words that hurt or destroy. Let our hands act with goodness, and our feet follow only the path of peace. If there is danger along our route, may it be stopped before it reaches us. If there are people driven by envy or anger, let your shield stand between us and their intent. If there is confusion where we must go, bring calm and divine order. Let the work of this day unfold with lightness, serenity, and balance. May everything the enemy prepared to disrupt be cancelled now by the authority of God. Guard our homes while we are away, and bless those who remain inside. Let no harm cross the threshold in our absence. Keep our return safe and peaceful. and let our paths be free from obstacles. Wherever we walk today, may your radiance go before us, turning danger into blessing and fear into faith. Saint Raphael, protector of travelers and keeper of life, stay near us until the evening, so that this entire day may be lived in harmony, in health, and in unshakable peace. Saint Michael, the Archangel, mighty warrior of heaven and defender of the faithful, we call upon you once more to go before our steps today. Walk ahead of every road we will take, every word we will speak, and every encounter prepared for this day. Go before us and destroy every trap hidden in the shadows. Cut through the invisible chains that were prepared to stop our progress. Rebuke, with the authority given you by God, every spirit that attempts to interfere with our peace. Command the forces of darkness to withdraw, and let every plan born of evil be dissolved in your light. If there is a bond of death waiting to act, may it be broken and cancelled. If there is an accident provoked or plotted, let it be diverted by your hand. If there is a word spoken against us, let it return harmlessly to the dust. If there is fear planted in secret to weaken us, replace it with holy courage. If betrayal was planned in silence, let it be revealed before harm can come. May your sword of fire cut every thread that ties us to the works of evil. May your radiant presence cleanse the air around us from envy, deceit, and ill intentions. May your shield stand between us and all who approach with hidden malice. If there is jealousy rising in hearts near us, let it fade without consequence. If there is violence forming in someone's mind, let your authority stop it before it begins. If there are eyes watching with hatred or greed, blind them with the brightness of your glory. Saint Michael, seal our homes, our paths, and our hearts with divine protection. Let no weapon formed against us prosper. Let no curse or malicious word find power to act. Let every dark influence lose its strength. The moment your name is proclaimed, guard our families and those we love. Watch over our journeys and our rest. Let this day unfold under the full light of heaven, where no deception can hide, no fear can take root, and no enemy can advance. We trust in your command, we rely on your defense, and we walk beneath your shield until night returns in peace. Saint Michael, the Archangel, champion of justice and guardian of purity, extend your wings over us today. You who stand before the throne of God, receive our plea for protection and peace. May your presence now drive away every trace of envy, every deceitful glance, every false word, and every hidden intention born of malice. If someone has looked upon us with jealousy, turn that feeling into compassion. If someone has spoken against us, let their words lose all force and fall to the ground. If there are people waiting for our fall, let your power confuse their plans and transform hostility into silence. Saint Michael, be the sword that cuts off hatred before it reaches us. Be the shield that guards us from betrayal. Be the wall that stands between us and all harm. Do not allow violence to come near our home. Do not let slander or accusation take root around our name. If there are lies rising against us, let the truth appear with clarity and justice. If there are tongues prepared to destroy our reputation, may their own deceit be revealed before all. Guard our integrity, Lord's defender. Preserve our honor, not for pride, but for testimony, so that your light may shine upon those who live in truth. Let the accusations of the enemy crumble, and may no judgment or false charge have strength against those who walk under your care. If someone seeks to harm us out of interest or revenge, block every action with your sword of fire. If there is a hidden plan being built in secret, Expose it before it can bear fruit. Let every lie return to its sender without injury. Let every evil word be undone before it touches us. Let the influence of hatred be swallowed by your radiance. Saint Michael, surround us on every side, above, beneath, before, and behind. Guard our peace, our home, and our faith. Let the victory of heaven rest upon us today. No weapon forged shall prosper, no curse shall stand, no darkness shall prevail. For you, mighty Archangel, have been sent to defend the children of God. Go before us and remain beside us, until every threat has vanished, and peace reigns in our hearts again. Write with faith, Saint Michael the Archangel, protect me today from every visible and invisible danger. Saint Gabriel the Archangel, bearer of the Word of God, come to us now with your voice of truth and your message of light. Protect our minds from confusion, our hearts from deceit, and our decisions from the influence of darkness. Guard the thoughts that shape our day. Watch over the words we hear and the ones we speak. Do not let us be deceived by appearances or persuaded by emotions that do not come from God. Keep our reasoning clear and our choices firm in truth. If there are conversations designed to confuse us, let them lose their power. If there are ideas meant to draw us away from faith, dissolve them before they take root. If there are people approaching with words that sound holy, but hide falsehood or manipulation, let their masks be removed before harm can happen. Teach us, Saint Gabriel, to recognize what comes from heaven and what does not. Let our yes always be yes to God, and our no a clear and peaceful no to the enemy. Grant us the grace to see through illusions, to understand the deeper meaning of each moment, and to remain steadfast even when the world shouts otherwise. If confusion tries to invade our thoughts, bring calm to our minds. If anxiety rises and clouds our judgment, breathe peace upon our spirit. If temptation whispers that we should decide without praying, remind us that wisdom grows in silence and trust. Keep our hearts gentle but firm, open to love but guarded by discernment. Saint Gabriel, you who brought heaven's message to Mary and guided her with clarity and peace, speak also to us when we need direction. Let us never mistake noise for truth, nor hurry for purpose. May we see beyond appearances and feel your light guiding every choice we make. When doubt appears, when multiple roads seem open, let your voice be the one we recognize. Let the Spirit of God, through your presence, govern every thought and decision of this day. We place our minds, our hearts, and our will under your holy guard, so that everything we decide today may honor heaven and protect the peace we have received. Saint Raphael, the Archangel, healer of heaven and protector of the body and the soul, we place this day under your gentle care. Guide us through every moment with safety and calm. Let your presence surround us from morning until night, so that nothing disguised as good may draw near to harm us. Protect our health, O divine physician. Keep us away from contaminated places, from unhealthy food, and from any substance that could bring sickness or imbalance. If there are diseases moving around us unseen, may your wings shield us from every infection. If the air carries danger, let it be purified by your light before it reaches us. If there is any plan of illness or fatigue prepared to disturb our strength, let it be cancelled in this very moment. By the power of God you serve, guard our senses, Saint Raphael. Protect our eyes from what they should not see, our ears from what they should not hear, and our tongues from words that sow pain. Let our hands touch only what builds goodness. Let our feet walk only the paths that lead to peace. If there are roads filled with unrest or confusion, turn us away before we arrive. If danger hides where we are called to go, may your light precede us and dissolve it. May this day unfold with lightness and serenity. Let our hearts remain peaceful, our bodies strong, and our spirits in perfect balance. If the enemy has planned distress for today, let every plot be broken by your presence. If someone carries envy or anger toward us, let your protection disarm them with calm. If fear tries to settle within us, replace it with unshakable trust in God's care. Keep our homes safe while we are away. Let the walls of our dwelling be filled with divine light. Let those who stay inside be protected by heaven's peace. Let our journey and our return be free of accidents, obstacles, or delay. Wherever we walk, Saint Raphael, let the brightness of your spirit go before us. Turn every shadow into blessing, every threat into safety, and every worry into gratitude. Write with faith, Saint Raphael the Archangel, guard my physical and mental health today. Saint Raphael, the Archangel, divine physician and gentle guardian, we continue to place our health, body, mind, and spirit under your protection today. Remain beside us through every hour, so that sickness, fear, or disorder may not have power to touch our lives. Protect us, blessed Archangel, from sudden pains, from accidents, from infections. If there is any hidden illness beginning to form, intervene before it manifests. If there is weakness in our bodies, strengthen us now with the power of heaven. If there is inflammation, calm it. If there is imbalance, restore harmony. If there are symptoms that cause fear, touch them with your peace and dissolve their roots. Let this day bring new crises, new emergency, new hospital stay. Guard our breathing, our blood, our hearts. Keep the rhythm of our bodies steady, our organ healthy, our nerves composed. Where there is fragility, place endurance. Where there is exhaustion, renew vitality. Where there is stress, breathe serenity and trust. Protect also our mental health, Saint Raphael. Guard our thoughts from confusion, our minds from anxiety that suffocates, and our emotions from sadness that weighs down the soul. Keep away destructive ideas that seek to take root. Let no obsessive or despairing thought dominate our hearts. Preserve our clarity, our focus, our ability to think in peace. May this day be organized from within, balanced in feeling, ordered in thought, and calm in every reaction. If today we must visit a doctor, illuminate his judgment. If we undergo tests, let results be clear and favorable. If treatment is ongoing, may it be effective and without pain. If there are lingering wounds or ancient aches, let them begin to fade in your light. If new symptoms appear, may they not be signs of anything grave. Let no illness advance, but be halted and healed by God's mercy. Saint Raphael, seal our health in the grace of the Lord. Let every hidden threat be revealed and contained. Let peace reign within us, and may our bodies, our minds, and our souls rest today under your loving vigilance. Saint Raphael the Archangel, guardian of the health that comes from God, we continue to trust your guidance today. You who see beyond what is visible, intercede for us where the eyes of men cannot see. If there are hidden ailments inside us, bring them to light while there is still time to heal. If there are silent weaknesses in our organs or blood, touch them with your restoring power. If there are beginnings of disease unnoticed by doctors, let your divine wisdom reveal them before they grow. If there is imbalance in our nerves or tension in our bodies, bring balance, calm, and strength. Where pain tries to settle, let your presence bring comfort instead. Where fear begins to form, replace it with peace that flows from heaven. Teach us also to care for the bodies God has given us. Grant us sensitivity to recognize what needs attention and wisdom to listen to the signs within. Help us respect your limits, to rest when we must, and to abandon harmful habits that damage the gift of life. Let our health be lived with both responsibility and faith, not in fear, but in gratitude. Protect, Saint Raphael, those who are close to us. Keep our children healthy, our parents in dignity, our elders in peace. Bless our friends and family who battle disease. Comfort them, sustain them, and renew their hope. May every home be purified of invisible burdens, of heavy presences, of spiritual contamination that steals strength. Where there is tension, bring serenity. Where there is conflict, bring reconciliation. Where there is fear of illness, bring confidence in divine care. If there are evil influences hiding in a house or workplace, command them to flee by your authority. If sickness has no clear cause, cleanse the atmosphere and restore harmony. Let the air we breathe be pure, the food we eat be blessed, and the water we drink carry health and renewal. Saint Raphael, fortify our immune system, preserve our vitality, and let no weakness or fall surprise us today. May we reach the end of this day with strength, gratitude, and a soul in full harmony with heaven. Saint Raphael the Archangel, divine healer and companion of those who suffer, we offer to you this new part of our day. If any pain must be faced, grant us the grace to endure it with faith and patience. Let every discomfort become a lesson of trust and never a reason for despair. If there is sickness that cannot yet be cured, let your presence keep it from spreading. If there is weakness in the body, strengthen it with the peace of heaven. If there is fear because of symptoms or words of diagnosis, replace anxiety with serenity. If there are long treatments or tiring processes, sustain each step with courage. Let no suffering last longer than necessary. Let it purify us, but never destroy us. Let it transform us, but never consume us. Saint Raphael, we do not ask only for healing, but for divine protection against all that leads to harm. Protect us from dependency on medicines, from excessive anxiety about health, and from the fear that steals inner peace. If we must take remedies, let them act with precision and safety. If we must rest, let rest renew instead of weaken. If tears come, let them cleanse the soul and open it to hope. Preserve us also from the invisible burdens of the mind. Do not allow panic to rise, nor emotional exhaustion to take control. When confusion threatens, bring order. When discouragement appears, bring renewal. When despair whispers, remind us that God still has plans for us. Saint Raphael, fulfill your mission as protector of health in all dimensions, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Let no hidden illness advance. Let no dark influence feed fatigue or fear. Let the peace of God be medicine for our hearts, and the light of heaven flow through our bodies. Today we choose life, we choose faith, we choose calm over worry, trust over fear, gratitude over complaint. Let us walk this day in harmony, with the certainty that your protection has already gone before us. May health remain guarded, may strength be renewed, and may our souls find rest in the presence of the Lord. Saint Raphael the Archangel, guardian of divine balance, we consecrate to you our minds, our emotions, and every hidden thought. Enter the deepest corners of our being, and restore what has been weakened by worry, confusion, or pain. Protect our thoughts from excess, our hearts from the weight of fear, and our inner voice from words that wound instead of heal. If there are worries that consume our peace, quiet them with your holy calm. If there are anxieties that tighten the chest and disturb sleep, breathe over us the serenity of heaven. If there are doubts whispering that faith is not enough, silence them with the assurance of God's love. Guard our memory from painful repetition, our imagination from false scenarios, and our concentration from the noise of the world. Keep our minds clear to think, our emotions stable to decide, and our hearts strong to endure. Let discipline be born where there is disorder. Let light dwell where confusion once lived. Let gratitude replace complaint, and hope rise again like dawn after a storm. Saint Raphael, protector of all who struggle within, touch every thought that does not come from heaven. Free us from ideas that exhaust, and feelings that paralyze. Lift those trapped by sadness or indifference. Restore the will to live, the courage to continue, and the joy to see goodness in simple things again. If there are invisible attacks that disturb our rest, let your authority drive them away. If there are spiritual influences that feed exhaustion, let them be bound and silenced. If any confusion seeks to return, place your light between it and our minds. Let the breath of God renew the air we breathe, and let peace reign over our entire being. Saint Raphael, we consecrate this day, our thoughts, our health, and our emotions, to your healing protection. Guard what is fragile, strengthen what is weary, and preserve what has already been restored. Write with faith. Saint Raphael the Archangel, protect my physical and mental health today. Saint Gabriel, the Archangel, messenger of divine clarity, today we raise our hearts and ask for your protection over our choices, our decisions, and every thought that guides our path. In a world filled with noise and countless directions, we seek your voice, the voice that carries truth. Protect us from confusion, from the impulse to decide too quickly, from proposals that shine only on the surface, but heal danger beneath. If there are words that sound wise but lead astray, let us not be deceived. If there are paths that appear open but end in loss, close them before we take a single step. If there are hands reaching toward us, with kindness that conceals self-interest, reveal their intentions before harm is done. Saint Gabriel, who once brought the greatest message ever spoken, teach us to hear heaven in the midst of human voices. Help us not to act by pressure or fear, but to wait with peace until God's plan becomes clear. Remind us that not everything that glitters is gold, and not every road that seems straight leads to the Lord. If we are tempted to follow convenience instead of calling, stop us with your wisdom. If we lean toward the easy choice instead of the right one, strengthen our resolve to stay faithful. If doubt fills our hearts, send us a sign of divine direction. Let us not rush what must be prayed over, nor delay what heaven has already confirmed. Saint Gabriel, you know the dilemmas of our hearts, the decisions that keep us awake, the questions that have no easy answer, the opportunities that seem good, yet carry a hidden trap. Be our counselor in every matter of today. Let your message descend into our minds like clear light. Guide our reasoning, our words, and our responses. Protect us from emotional storms, from human manipulation, and from the pride that refuses correction. If today we must choose between staying or leaving, speaking or remaining silent, acting or waiting, let your presence weigh gently upon our conscience. Let peace confirm what is right, and unease warn us of what is wrong. May every decision we make today bring us closer to the will of God. Saint Gabriel, the Archangel, protect our discernment, guard our free will from deception, and let our hearts follow the truth that leads to peace. Saint Gabriel, the Archangel, voice of divine truth and wisdom from the Most High, We call upon you once again to walk beside us through every choice we must make today. You who announce God's will with perfect clarity, shine that same light upon our minds and hearts. Protect us, Saint Gabriel, from the confusion that the enemy spreads. If there are thoughts that circle endlessly, break the cycle and bring understanding. If there is a spirit of indecision, bind it and replace it with faith. If there is fear of taking the next step, infuse our souls with courage. Let haste never guide us. Let peace always confirm the right moment. When a decision appears too heavy, remind us that nothing is impossible for God. When anxiety whispers that time is running out, teach us to rest in divine timing. When pride tempts us to act alone, remind us that true wisdom is born of prayer. And when impatience rises, calm our spirit with the same peace that surrounded Mary when she said yes. Saint Gabriel, free us from false discernment, from choices disguised as blessings, from opportunities that promise much but take away our peace. If there are doors that must close, close them completely. If there are doors that must open, swing them wide and guide our steps through. Let us not be seduced by appearance or status, nor discouraged by sacrifice. Let us not decide out of fear, nor stay still out of laziness. You who were sent to deliver God's message, deliver us too from spiritual confusion. Keep our intentions pure and our motives clean. Let us choose not what pleases the world, but what fulfills the will of heaven. Guard every word we speak today, that no premature decision be exposed to those who should not hear it. Protect us from revealing plans before their time. Keep us silent when wisdom requires discretion, and bold when love calls us to act. Saint Gabriel, stand between us and every deception. Let the voice of God echo louder than the noise of our own desires. And if we insist on something that is not God's will, hold us back gently and bring us back to the path of light. May this day be a school of discernment. May our decisions carry peace, humility, and trust, and may your guiding hand remain upon us until every step aligns with divine purpose. Saint Gabriel, the Archangel, messenger of the Almighty, today we once again entrust our hearts to your protection. We ask that your wisdom be our guide in every moment when confusion seeks to rule. If today we stand before a crossroad, illuminate our path with the clarity of heaven. If we are uncertain whether to remain or move forward, help us to perceive the will of God beyond our emotions. If opportunities arise that appear good but are not holy, reveal the danger before we take a step. If proposals come wrapped in false promises, let your presence expose the truth and silence deception. When voices around us shout their opinions, make us hear only the whisper of the Spirit. When fear exaggerates risks and hides blessings, remind us that faith always walks above uncertainty. When impatience tempts us to rush, remind us that what comes from God brings peace, never anxiety. Saint Gabriel, protect those who must make difficult choices today, those who are deciding about work, relationships, or purpose. If someone must close a door, give them courage to do so without regret. If someone must begin again, strengthen them with hope and humility. If someone must wait longer, let your light teach them that waiting is not delay, but preparation in disguise. You, who guided the faithful of old with divine messages, speak now into our present uncertainty. Give us signs that are clear and unmistakable. Open the right doors and seal the wrong ones shut. Confuse the traps of the enemy, and turn them into paths of deliverance. If manipulation or hidden envy attempts to influence decisions, cast it out with your authority. If a person approaches pretending goodness but carrying harm, Allow the truth to be seen before harm is done. Saint Gabriel, guard our speech as we communicate our plans. Let no secret be revealed before its time. Let no choice be made just to please others, or to avoid disapproval. Let us act with integrity, rooted in the calm certainty that God's will is perfect. When the decision has been made, remain near to confirm that peace is the seal of heaven. Let no regret disturb our obedience, no doubt undo our surrender. And when our hearts grow restless again, remind us gently, the right path always brings inner calm. May our freedom serve God, our choices glorify Him, and our lives bear the fruit of divine wisdom. Under your unwavering guidance, Saint Gabriel. Saint Gabriel, the Archangel, faithful herald of God's truth, we welcome your presence once more, to guide us through every decision that shapes our journey. You who revealed the divine plan with precision and gentleness, teach us to walk in the same confidence and obedience. If today we must choose between what is comfortable and what is right, give us strength to choose holiness. If we must speak truth in the face of pressure, fill our lips with grace and courage. If we are tempted to take shortcuts that lead away from heaven, close those paths before we step forward. If indecision freezes our hearts, breathe the courage of faith within us. Let no decision made in haste bring sorrow later. Let no silence born of fear rob us of God's purpose. Saint Gabriel, you see the roads that our eyes cannot. You understand what the future holds and what it hides. If there is danger on the path that appears bright, darken it to warn us. If there is blessing behind a narrow way, illuminate it with your light so that we may not hesitate. May every door that opens lead us toward truth. May every door that closes protect us from deception. When doubt tries to overwhelm us, let your peace settle like morning light over confusion. When many voices compete for attention, let the whisper of God's Spirit rise above them all. When the heart feels torn between desire and duty, help us remember that obedience is the seed of joy. If today brings surprise or sudden change, help us respond with calm discernment. If others try to persuade us against the will of heaven, make your warning firm and unmistakable. If pride tempts us to prove ourselves, teach us humility that listens before acting. And if fear holds us back from what God commands, remind us that His grace goes before every faithful step. Saint Gabriel, guard our free will, so it may glorify the Lord. Protect our reason so it may serve love. Preserve our peace so that no decision, however small, may steal the harmony heaven has placed within us. Let this day unfold in the rhythm of divine wisdom. Every thought weighed with grace, every choice guided by light, every word spoken with truth. Stay near, messenger of the Most High, until the end of the day's journey, when peace will testify that we have walked in God's will. Saint Gabriel, the Archangel, holy messenger and faithful servant of the Most High, we invite your light to guide us once again through this day. There are so many choices before us, and so many roads that look alike, but only one leads to peace. Teach us to walk in that direction. You who stand in the presence of God, see the plans heaven has written for us. If we are about to take a step that leads away from our purpose, stop us with your firm but gentle hand. If we insist on what is not meant for us, place holy obstacles in our path until we return to the truth. If confusion clouds our hearts, speak to us in the silence, where God's voice can be heard. Saint Gabriel, today many stand before decisions that will shape their future. Some must choose whether to stay in a relationship or to leave. Some must accept or refuse an offer. Some must move, begin, or end something dear. To each one, bring light, not emotion, faith, not fear, clarity, not impulse. Let no one be guided by pressure or pride. Let each soul act only after praying and finding peace. If the enemy tries to use anxiety to rush our choices, slow our hearts until calm returns. If temptation whispers that God has forgotten, remind us that divine timing is never late. If appearances promise comfort but hide danger, unveil the truth before our eyes. And if the right choice seems painful, show us the joy hidden behind obedience. Saint Gabriel, protect our words when we speak of our decisions. Let us not share our plans with those who will misunderstand or envy. Keep our paths discreet and protected until the work of God is complete. Grant us the wisdom to wait for confirmation, and the humility to correct our course if needed. If today we face unexpected news or sudden change, let your presence steady our emotions. If the road we thought was certain suddenly shifts, teach us to trust even when we cannot see. For every new beginning, bring courage. For every ending, bring consolation. Let every chapter of this day be signed by peace. Saint Gabriel the Archangel, stay near to our minds and our hearts. Let discernment be our shield, and peace our guide. And when we have chosen rightly, confirm it with serenity that cannot be shaken. Saint Gabriel the Archangel, heavenly messenger of divine truth, we ask that you remain with us now and guard our speech, our thoughts, and every intention behind them. You who carried the word of God to the Virgin Mary with such reverence and purity, teach us to speak only what builds, heals, and blesses. Protect our conversations from malice and deceit. Let no word we say wound another soul. Let no plan be spoken before its time. Keep our lips from boasting, our hearts from manipulation, and our tongues from words that divide. If someone tries to draw us into gossip or conflict, close our mouths before we reply. If anger seeks to rise in our speech, fill our voices instead with calm and restraint. Saint Gabriel, let our communication be wrapped in your peace. Let our words become instruments of light, our silence a refuge of wisdom, and our tone a reflection of grace. If we must correct, let it be with love. If we must disagree, let it be without offense. If we must speak the truth, let it carry humility that honors heaven. Guard our secrets, Archangel of clarity. Let our confessions be pure and our promises sincere. Protect our hearts from sharing too much with those who do not wish us well. Protect also our plans from being revealed to ears that might distort or hinder them. Let discretion be our ally, for not every truth must be spoken aloud. When others misunderstand us, defend our integrity without our needing to justify ourselves. When false accusations rise, let your light reveal the truth at the right time. When envy surrounds success, keep our spirits free from pride and our souls rooted in gratitude. Saint Gabriel, be the guardian of our dialogue with heaven. Teach us to listen more than we speak, to pray before we respond, and to measure every word in the balance of divine love. Let our language sow peace wherever it is heard. Let every exchange today carry your fragrance of truth. And when silence feels heavy, remind us that silence too can be holy. For God often speaks in the stillness between our words. Remain near, Saint Gabriel, until every thought, word, and breath reflects the harmony of heaven within us. Saint Gabriel, the Archangel, messenger of God's purity and light, we entrust to you our friendships, our relationships, and every bond of affection. You who revealed divine love with truth and grace, protect us today from deception and harm. If there are people who draw near with false intentions, expose their motives before pain can take root. If there are smiles that hide envy or manipulation, Let their disguise fall away in your presence. If there are conversations born of deceit, silence them before they spread confusion. Teach us to recognize sincerity. Strengthen the ties built on loyalty and honesty. Let no one use affection as a mask for self-interest. Let no word be spoken to flatter and mislead. May our hearts be guarded by your wisdom, and our connections grounded in truth. Saint Gabriel, heal the wounds of those who have been betrayed. If we carry disappointment or rejection, transform it into peace. If we have loved with honesty but were not loved in return, teach us that love given in purity never returns empty. Do not let past hurts make us fearful of new beginnings. Let forgiveness free us from what has ended. Bless all who love sincerely. Protect relationships called to holiness. Shield marriages from coldness, from distance and silent resentment. If secrets or temptations arise, shine your light before they destroy peace. Renew tenderness where fatigue has settled, and faith where doubt has grown. Guard families too, parents and children, siblings and companions in faith. Let your presence bring harmony where division lives. Let every heart under your care reflect the truth and clarity of heaven. Saint Gabriel, the Archangel, keep us surrounded by love that is genuine, friendship that is faithful, and relationships that glorify the Lord. Let every bond in our lives be rooted in honesty, healed by forgiveness, and protected by divine peace. Saint Gabriel the Archangel, bearer of divine messages and guardian of sacred unions, we ask for your protection over every relationship within our homes. Where love has grown cold, breathe warmth again. Where silence has become heavy, let understanding return. Where patience is nearly gone, restore gentleness through your grace. Bless couples who share the same roof, but no longer the same peace. If resentment hides behind routine, bring it to light and dissolve it with truth. If words once spoken in love now wound, transform them into bridges of reconciliation. If distance has built walls of indifference, tear them down with compassion. Saint Gabriel, protect every marriage under your wings. Keep temptation far away, and close every door that opens to betrayal. If there are hidden intentions or quiet lies, reveal them before they cause destruction. Let forgiveness triumph where pride resists. Let honesty and tenderness renew what time has worn down. Watch also over the bonds of family and friendship. Heal the divisions between parents and children, between brothers and sisters, between those who once shared affection but now share pain. Remove the spirit of jealousy, of comparison, of misunderstanding that breeds resentment. Let your voice whisper peace into every home where tension has stolen rest. If there are words unspoken out of fear, grant courage to speak them in love. If there are hearts closed by disappointment, soften them with divine mercy. If someone carries guilt from the past, release them into freedom. Let every home become a place of refuge, every family a living testimony of grace. Saint Gabriel, the Archangel, make our relationships transparent before heaven. Let nothing false remain hidden. Let love be purified, trust rebuilt, and unity restored. May all who enter our lives be touched by sincerity and leave with peace. And may the truth of God's love reign forever among us. Saint Michael the Archangel, invincible warrior of the Almighty, today we call upon your power to destroy every evil inherited from the past. We present before heaven our family line, our ancestors, and every generation that came before us. You who wield the sword of divine justice, cut now every chain that does not come from God. If there are hidden pacts or curses spoken long ago, let them lose all authority. If there are spirits that follow generations with sorrow, bind them and cast them into the light of God. If there are patterns of pain repeating, illness, addiction, separation, loss, or poverty, let your fire cleanse their roots forever. Where darkness once entered through ignorance or sin, let divine mercy now reign. Saint Michael, enter our family history with your angels. Visit the generations before us and those yet to come. Pass your sword of light through our bloodline and cut every tie that connects us to oppression. If there was idolatry, occult practice, or dedication to false gods, let your authority erase it completely. If there were words of hatred or vows of destruction, let them fall silent now and never awaken again. If any inheritance of pain still works in secret, let it be replaced by blessing, peace, and renewal. Lord, you know every hidden secret in our ancestry, the vows, the decisions, the words never repented. Pour your mercy upon them through the hands of Saint Michael. Do not let the sins of the past shape the lives of your children today. May every descendant walk free under your grace, untied from guilt, fear, and spiritual weight. If there are objects or memories that carry dark energy, let your light reveal them. If there are symbols or gifts once used for evil, let them lose their power and be removed. Cleanse every home, every photograph, every trace of spiritual inheritance that binds the heart. Replace the atmosphere of heaviness with peace. Let divine light fill every corner of our dwelling. Saint Michael, seal our family with the shield of heaven. Let the name of Jesus be written upon our doorposts. Let no curse, no spirit, no shadow from the past return. From this day forward, may our house belong fully to the Lord, a place of light, freedom, and new beginning. Saint Raphael the Archangel, divine physician of heaven, we invite you now to enter the deepest part of our being, where pain hides, where wounds are carried in silence, where the heart still remembers what it has tried to forget. Come with your light and touch the invisible places within us. If our souls are tired, breathe strength again. If our hearts are heavy with grief, lift the weight gently. If our minds are restless and full of fear, cover them with your calm. Enter the corners of memory, where sadness, rejection, or guilt have built their home, and bring healing where light has not yet reached. Saint Raphael, you know every scar left by disappointment, every tear shed unseen, every word that wounded and was never taken back. Touch now the emotions that still ache. If there is anger disguised as silence, transform it into forgiveness. If there is bitterness stored in the heart, wash it away with compassion. If there is shame or regret, replace it with the dignity of those loved by God. Liberate us from emotional chains, from dependency that destroys peace, from fear of rejection, from the need for approval that weakens the soul. Teach us to love without losing ourselves, to serve without becoming slaves, to forgive without forgetting our worth. Let every feeling be restored to its rightful place, that we may live in freedom, not in sorrow. Saint Raphael, heal also our minds from cycles of despair. If intrusive thoughts return, silence them with your voice of peace. If anxiety rises again, place the hand of heaven over our hearts. If emptiness whispers that life has lost meaning, remind us that every breath is a gift of divine mercy. Fill the space within us with light. Where pain once lived, let joy be born. Where confusion reigned, let purpose return. Where faith has weakened, let it rise anew. Let our tears become prayers. Will memory become leçon, and our wounds become doors of grace. Saint Raphael, the Archangel, remain near until the healing is complete. Restore our inner harmony, Renew our identity as beloved children of God, and lead us into peace that nothing can destroy. Right with faith, Saint Raphael the Archangel, heal my heart and restore peace within me.